mi hermano, el chef Albert. Un abrazo, hermano. Estamos por acá por Miami. Igualmente toda la familia de Miami. Estamos por acá en estos días haciendo la gira de medios para el lanzamiento del disco Café con Cariño, que va a estar disponible mañana en todas las plataformas digitales y ya lo está en Europa. La familia de Europa ya está gozando de este disco. Check it out.
¿Tú crees? Pues he tocado ya Café con Cariño previamente, como vamos a hacer el preview hoy con los otros temas. Hablamos del de Paquito,
sí.
O sea que ese lo tengo aquí pendiente para tocarlo. Yo no estaba segura si como el pum pum tiene también solo de saxofón.
Uh-huh.
Sí, entonces como ya vamos a hacer el solo, claro, clarinete, no saxofón. Right. Seleccionar qué es otro tema de ahí, o tú quisieras, bueno, igual vamos a tocar varios temas, tenemos tiempo para tocar varios.
Sí, lo tenemos. Bueno, el pum pum es un tema que a la gente le gusta mucho y el solo de saxofón es muy bonito.
Sí, bueno, vamos quisieras abrir con cuál, el de...
si quiere, como tenemos a la gente conectada ya de Instagram, podemos comenzar con Eres para mí.
Ok, perfecto.
Y así la gente pues, tiene la experiencia con el bonito.
Ya también nos
Saludos, familia.
Para mí, vamos después con
Didi también. Didi también puede estar entre el pum pum y Eres para mí porque es como más suave, una trova.
Claro.
Entonces va a ir a hacer una curvita sabrosa.
Y hasta podemos hacer y en algún momento bajar y seguir conversando. Claro. Y entonces regresar a la música para que pueda haber varios. A mí me parece que yo voy a tocar Hay Pasiones, ¿no?
Sí, cómo no. De hecho, creo que Hay Pasiones fue el primer tema que tocó. No, Tómalo con calma.
Ajá, toqué Tómalo con calma y toqué también Hay Pasiones.
Luego le envié Hay Pasiones.
Sí, así que va a ser perfecta. Buenas noches, amigos y amigas, bienvenidas a Cubaneando con Viviam Maria, muy contenta porque directamente desde Sarasota, aquí en el estudio, Renesito Avich, qué contenta estamos de poder disfrutar con Renesito. Ya ustedes han podido disfrutar un poco de varios temas que he presentado a través del tiempo, ¿no? De las semanas, de grabaciones la nueva y de otras de antes, pero esta noche es una primicia mundial en la radio aquí en WDNA, en Cubaneando, porque les voy a estar trayendo más música que no va a salir hasta mañana, que es el lanzamiento del mercado oficial de Café con Cariño, pero unos temas que sé que va a tener, bueno, tenemos de invitado a Paquito de Rivera, Gilberto Santa Rosa, tenemos otros músicos también invitados que estaremos conversando con ustedes a ver quiénes son, así que ya muy pronto vamos al aire con esta música. Ahora tomamos un pequeño descanso, un break y regresamos entonces ya con este primer tema.
Encantado de estar aquí, familia. Muchas gracias por el espacio y muy emocionado de compartir mi música con ustedes. Gracias.
Medical Moment, a new 5-minute health-related feature. Tuesdays at 11.
Vayan poniendo sus mensajes. Que aunque vamos a estar cubriendo todo esto así en vivo desde Instagram, desde Facebook Live, pues yo sé que algunos de ustedes posiblemente se van a comunicar con nosotros después que hemos terminado la transmisión, que terminamos a las 8, pero si tienen chance, comuníquense, escriban sus mensajes y bueno, sigan a Renesito Avich. De verdad que el disco está maravilloso. De verdad.
More info at midwaycare.org.
Confessions of a Potentially Perfect Parent, brought to you by adoptuskids.org.
Don't make me come back there. Don't make me come back there. Now that's pretty good. That sounds like
Cubaneando.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you. Call 1-888-200-4005 or visit adoptuskids.org for more information. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Adopt Us Kids and the Ad Council.
88.9 FM, WDNA.
En Cubaneando, with Viviam Maria.
La familia entero mundial, Eres para mí, vamos,
Eres para mí la vida, eres todo lo que anhelo, tal como lo dijo abuelo, como un día te encontraría. Eres para mí la risa, yo solo soy el pañuelo que danzaba un sol ligero al compás de tu sonrisa. Al compás de tu sonrisa. Eres para mí, yo soy para ti, todo el mundo lo comenta. Que no me concentro, no consigo el sueño, por eso me he dado cuenta. Que eres para mí, yo soy para ti, de eso no me cabe dudar. Hasta se escribió en la luna que eres para mí. Que no se hable más del tema, que eres para mí. Y punto.
Gracias.
Para mí, eres para mí. Dicho yo que eso está aquí con tu chaca. Para mí, eres para mí.
Voy a preparar un cafecito ahora para...
Eso lo llevaba.
Sí. Lo mandé por la tarde, pero nos faltaba el cafecito ahora con ustedes.
Para mí, eres para mí.
8 temas originales y 2 versiones.
Los arreglos.
Todos los arreglos de producción general. El 85% de los instrumentos los toqué yo. 85%. Todos los instrumentos menos las trompetas, menos las congas, menos los contrabajos, los bass, y unos instrumentos de viento. Pero todo lo demás lo toqué aquí.
Y antes de que vinieras para acá estabas con Elito Revés, ¿no?
Elito Revés.
Justamente antes de...
Sí, Elito fue el último proyecto que participé en La Habana. Pero antes participé en muchas grabaciones. Hay una orquesta que se llama Juego de Manos.
Oh, sí, claro, con
David Álvarez. Fue el placer de trabajar con David Álvarez. Con varios cosas.
No, para otro programa que hagamos más largo, ahí tenemos
Claro,
tiempo de...
hay que hacer más discos,
Sí,
así que...
No sé si se escucha bien que comente algo, por favor.
Eres toda para mí.
Qué sabroso. This is Renesito Avich and brand new music. In fact, a very world preview here on WDNA and Cubaneando with Viviam Maria for this Café con Cariño. It's an album that will be officially out in the market, and you can obtain it tomorrow. But tonight, thanks to my special guest, Renesito Avich, guitarist, vocalist, percussionist, multi-instrumentalist, composer, arranger, and also educator, who is bringing us this new project to enjoy and to present it to you, our listeners, not just in South Florida on 88.9 FM, but also worldwide at wdna.org, because we do have listeners from different parts of the world that are connected to this music. And also for those of you who are joining us on Facebook Live and Instagram Live, gracias. Bienvenido, Renesito.
Hola, it's such a pleasure to be here. Thank you for this opportunity. Also, thank you. I'm so happy to have WDNA as a world premiere of my new album, Café con Cariño. Very happy.
Yes,
Thank you.
A pleasure for us as well. And, you know, throughout the weeks, we've been enjoying some of the music, but what we're presenting tonight has never been released before, hasn't been heard before, so it makes it extra special. And I guess I want to go a little back when it comes to your beginnings in music. Originalmente de Santiago, ¿no?
Yes, correct. Santiago de Cuba, for those who doesn't know where Santiago de Cuba is, people identify Cuba as Havana, which is our capital, But Santiago de Cuba is the other side of the island. If you look at the map, Cuba is like an alligator. Right in the head of the alligator is Santiago. It's close by Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, the Caribbean part of our Caribbean island, Cuba. And coming from Santiago de Cuba, I said Santiago de Cuba is the New Orleans of Cuba, I would say. And it's very musical. It's a musical town. Every corner you can find someone playing an instrument, and that's the kind of ambient that I grew up.
And now you fall in love with, the guitarist cubano. Was that your first instrument, or how did it all begin?
It is not. It's very funny because I started in music with the percussion. The percussion is my passion, and we have in Santiago de Cuba something similar to the New Orleans Line 6, La Conga Santiaguera, which is kind of a brother of the Line 6, I would say, and so I used to play percussion there. I was so little, and my parents were worried because it's a big congregation of people playing music.
Yes, just like a carnival.
And they were worried because, so little playing percussion there. But that was kind of my beginnings in the music. Also, I had a group where I sing and play clave. There's a great group from Cuba called Vocal Sampling.
Yes.
So we used to mimic them, playing the instrument and singing songs. And then I started studying guitar when I was 9 for 8 years. But I remember when someone brought to me a tres, I thought you can play, if you're a musician, you can tell the tres is an instrument you can play with a pick. But when someone gave it to me, I played with the fingers as a classical guitar. I didn't know what was it. It's really funny. And then one day, after trying playing piano, I mean, in Cuba, when you study music, you also study piano as a complementary instrument. But I was trying to be more than that, but it was kind of hard for the guitarist. We're on the radio, but people that are watching us in Instagram, you can imagine the piano has a parallel. Both hands are doing the same directions, mainly. They work in the same direction. In the guitar, the left hand press the strings and the right hand stroke the strings. So for me, it was hard to play the piano.
Yes.
And then when I was 16, someone in the conservatory say, "Hey, could you hold the tres for me? I gotta go to the restaurant." And then when I played the tres, I played the tumbao. The piano I was trying to learn, the tumbao that I was trying to learn in the piano was so easy on the tres that I fell in love with it when I was 16, and that was it. Yeah.
Como un love affair.
Yeah.
Amor a primera vista.
Sí. And from that I started studying tres, and then I went to the University of Arts in Havana, and
so you moved from
I moved
Havana.
from Santiago to Havana, and I had 5 years in the university, in the college. And then moving to Havana, it led me to meet several friends and several colleagues, and I had opportunity to work with several great bands and composers, producers. Such a great journey in Havana. Yeah.
Yes. No, and I know. And before we go into the part of going your journey from Cuba to United States and everything, so you play there with Edito Revés, Charangón,
Correct.
That was the
Definitely correct. That was I had 4 years playing with Elito Revés. Elito Revés, it's a 16-piece band. You have to imagine 3 trombones, 2 keyboards, 4 percussionists, full big band from Cuba, and I had a pleasure to tour and know Europe, and that was such a great experience. Yeah.
Yes, and then of course you come to United States. You decide to move over to Sarasota, right?
Correct.
Where you reside currently.
Correct. I moved to Sarasota 8 years ago, and it's been my home. It's a beautiful town and beautiful people. I'm so grateful the way they embrace my music and the way they open up their hearts to my music, to my work. And it's gonna be like that forever. If we were talking about, hey, how about you go to Miami? You move to Miami. I say, hey, yeah, I'm looking forward to be part of the Miami scene. But Sarasota is gonna be always in my heart, and I'll try to to move my influence from Miami to Sarasota, and my Sarasota influence to Miami, it make a big party of music, which is what's life about.
Yes. Now, when we coming back to this new album of yours, Café con Cariño, and we just heard Eres para mí. It's impressive. The majority of the instruments are played by you. A large part of the album is also your compositions. And tell me more about this production, and we'll go into another song.
Definitely. So I have to tell you, so we left it on Sarasota. When I moved to the States, so I brought all of those sounds with me. And Berkeley College of Music went to Havana a year before I moved to the States, and they brought a beautiful single, singing with a looper and looping her voice. And I thought, hey, this is going to be part of my career for sure. And when I moved to the States, I started doing with the 2 guitars, a guitar and a tres.
Mm-hmm.
And then it became something that we call today the one-man Cuban band, which is my way, it's my show. It's my the way I produce my concerts.
Mm-hmm.
And so people understand I have a looper, which is a machine that allows me to sequence, to loop alive every instrument that I have on the stage. And so when you go to my concert, that's what you see.
Mm-hmm.
And then my albums became that as well. So as you know, in these days, every musician has a home studio, so we record by himself. So then before this album was a solo, which I call a solo because I was just by myself,
Mm-hmm.
recording all of it. In these albums, we're going to talk about it. We have more friends, big part of the album, but 85% of the album is recorded by me. Bongos, maracas, claves, bass, guitar, tres, chorus, and the rest just friends. They're part of the album. Yeah.
Now, that's impressive. Yeah, in the Eres para mí, let's talk about some of the musicians that were there, and then we have up next Viviam Maria to share with us.
Beautiful song. Eres para mí is a song that I wrote and produced a few months ago. I did record all of the instrument there, but the trumpet and the congas and the chorus, I have Otto Duniel, which he's online right now.
Yes.
Such a great singer. Also, Otto Duniel is a singer on Vidita Mía. Eres para mí is a composition of myself, but I have a special guest in here, which is Leonie Torres. Is such a great artist and the future of also a symbol of Cuban music. And Abel Videyes on the trumpet. That beautiful solo is from Abel Videyes. It's a friend of mine. Recently moved to Miami, and such a great trumpet, very sweet sound. And Vidita Mía is a version that I did from a song from the duo Los Compadres.
Mm-hmm.
It has a style of Compay Segundo and Lorenzo y Resuelo, the way they used to play it. I'm playing the guitar and the tres, the marimbula, which is a rare instrument from Afro-Cuban music, and Paquito Rivera on the clarinet. It's a gift.
So thank you, Renesito. Yes, friends, you're listening to Cubaneando with Viviam Maria, and a special preview of Café con Cariño, songs that will be released. And here for you now is Viviam Maria.
Check it out.
¿Qué tal, amigos y amigas? Bueno, espero que estén disfrutando de esta entrevista. Estamos aquí en Cubaneando con Viviam Maria, invitado especial Renesito Avich, que está de visita por acá en gira de promoción para su nuevo álbum Café con Cariño. Y bueno, pues siempre trayéndonos buena música, invitados especiales como en este tema que van a disfrutar ahora. Pues a Paquito Rivera, como él lo mencionó, lo puedo bien, así que disfruten.
Que solo tú, calma pudieras, pero pensando en tu amor, vidita mía, que tanto me aniquila el corazón. Quisiera darte la vida entera, y así calmaría todas mis penas. Yo no puedo vivir así, ante un sagrario de jurar por ti, 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 yo juraré por ti, yo juraré por ti. Yo juraré por ti, yo juraré por ti. Yo juraré por ti, yo juraré por ti.
Bueno, no, Paquito de Rivera, beautiful indeed. Again, the album, My Friend's Café con Cariño, Renesito, and I know that some of the music you can find it online, but let our listeners know where they can either purchase the music once, the CD out. There's still a lot of listeners who love to have the CD, so look at the credits and photos and online.
Definitely. So as I mentioned, it's going live now on Europe. But tomorrow is going to be completely out in Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, SoundCloud, pretty much every platform. But also you can have the album itself in CD version. It's going to be ready to ship on June 10th, but you can go to my Instagram bio and you can pre-order the album.
Okay.
And its shipping is included and has a pre-order a price, and I will send it to you when it's out. I had a pleasure to work with Max Kelly. Max Kelly, first of all, is a friend of mine, but he's such a great artist living in Sarasota, and he's the one who produced my image since I came here. So every picture you see on the press is made by Max Kelly, as well the design of my albums. And I'm so happy to also have him designing this album. Is such a beautiful design from him. And we look forward to share this with you, and you can get it. We can send it to Europe, to Japan. You just name it, and hopefully people enjoy it.
Definitely.
Yes.
And I know that people can really follow you throughout everywhere. I know that they can find you in social media, very simple. Now, Renesito with an S, so Renesito, and then Avich with the Avich. So, y para bueno, la gente que nos escucha en español, que está en los, vamos a nuevamente darle las gracias por la sintonía. Muchos de ustedes a lo mejor se conectarán más adelante a través de las redes sociales también para disfrutar de esta entrevista y de lo que estamos conversando aquí. Y Renesito, parte de tu trabajo también tiene que ver como educador, o sea, muy importante preservar la tradición a nuevas y llevar las nuevas generaciones. You know, a lot of like what I love doing too, because I think it's very important that the new generations and generations of other people who might not be Cuban or this might not be their music and they love it, so they learn more about it. You've been also an educator.
Correct. It's been part of my passion as well. And when I came, as a matter of fact, I would say the first job that I had was doing online courses, online lessons, and very happy and very grateful of the people who support me in that way. And then I was able to create a course on Vimeo, which is a platform of videos. We had classes there for the dress. Then I released it on YouTube, and but before that I was a teacher on the University of Havana, and I think being an educator is also part of showing respect for a passion and the right way to do the music, to make music. Music, it's very I say the right way. I think there's not right way to make music. It's kind of hard to
Put in words exactly that.
right, correct. But you know, there are rules that you had to follow, and the aesthetics you got to follow in order to make some products and some kind of music. And it's the same with the Cuban music. It has a pattern, it has a formula, it has something our ancestor lived there for us, and it's something we got to respect, and something we have to inspire in order to make something new. So that's it. So that's what I teach. That's what I'm trying to expose to the world.
Excellent. No, and that's, as we say, very important. I think all of us, todos tenemos que entregar un granito de arena en ese sentido, ya sea a través eso mismo de la educación, las presentaciones, when you do your performances, you know, that you can teach those who are there to dance and enjoy themselves, but you're teaching them, you know, tradition and the roots of everything, o a través de los medios radiales o en la televisión, todo. We all have to pitch in, and this is very important. We talked about El Pum Pum, and you have in that one special guest, Gilberto Santa Rosa. It's your composition and arrangement. Once again, we have Otto Duniel Ferreiro, as well as Andrés Polanco Rivas and Eduardo Saborit. Then we have, so you have bongo de monte, botijas. Tú tienes ahí instrumentos todo bien.
Yeah. So this is very interesting. The way we have different. So when people think about bongos, they think about one figure of 2 liters barrels, or you know, that the little bongos. But there's many kind of bongos, many kind of tunings, and in this time for changui is el bongo de monte. They're little they're primitive. I wouldn't say that's for the musicologists, but it's very primitive. It's very. It doesn't have any kind of tools to tune it. You got to tune it with fire, with heat, and they do that in the studio. When I didn't play. I mean, it was played by Pedro Speck.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at Pedro Speck, it's a family. It's many Pedro Speck from the Changui, and this is like a grandchild of Pedro Speck himself.
That's beautiful.
Very nice bongocero, and he went to the studio. He fired a kind of a candle, something in the studio, and he warmed up the bongocero, and it was kind of experience. He plays also the botija, which is that instrument you hear. El Pum Pum, if you listen to it, has a lot of bass frequencies playing on the rhythms, and it's a very rich music. I'm talking about the changui himself, and then it was kind of a challenge to compose a changui. It's, for me, I have to be honest. Changui is a very specific pattern. In Guantanamo, they respect this genre. It's like rumba and matanza in Guantanamo. Changui, they're very jealous. They're very they have the rules, and that they don't let everyone or anyone to touch it. And I had a blessing that they approve that because they play the music in Guantanamo. They played El Pum Pum in the radio. So it's just something. It means a lot. It means a lot to me.
That's great. Pasaste
Sí,
bien.
pasé la prueba. Sí, no, Candela, los changuiceros son complicados. Y hacen bien, porque de esa manera mantienen vivo y muy genuino
Genuino, eso es lo que pasa.
el género.
No solamente que tú estás eso mismo presentando, ser un changüí, estás utilizando instrumentos que son tradicionales, instrumentos que son verdaderos de ahí, y músicos que saben tocarlo. Yo me imagino también que Saborit sea familia también posiblemente de...
Saborit es santiaguero. Saborit es santiaguero. En los coros tenemos de Ciudad de Ávila y de Santiago de Cuba. Tenemos 2 santiagueros. Yo te explicaba también que tengo muchos amigos en Miami que fueron mis profesores, y hoy en día yo tengo la oportunidad de llamarlo a grabar un disco. Eso para mí es otra bendición, ¿no?
Claro.
Y es válido también mencionar que tengo un invitado que es boricua, que mucha gente queremos mucho y lo conocemos, Gilberto Santa Rosa, caballero de la salsa. Pero el caballero de la salsa aquí cantó un changüí como si fuera un guantanamero. Él hizo la tarea, estudió y hizo un trabajo precioso. Estoy muy contento y muy agradecido de la forma en que defendió el changüí y esta composición original, ¿no? Que es siempre difícil defender una composición original. Talking about Spanish for those speaking English, that as a matter of fact, that we had a Puerto Rican singer singing a very authentic genre from Cuba.
Right,
And,
right. And that, it's not a very common,
It's
you know,
not,
changui, you need to really know about it.
Right.
Also, so we go into the music now. Richard Ravelo Veranis on the
Correct.
congas.
Richard played, as a matter of fact, he played on Eres Para Mí, Café con Cariño, El Pum Pum, y I think that was it. But he plays 3 tracks. Very great conga player from Santiago.
And then, of course, you had a special guest, Junior Arronte, on the alto saxophone.
Yes,
And,
yes.
of course, and here you're playing the tres, maracas, güiro, guayo, campana, en los coros. Vámonos con este pum, pum.
Check it out.
Le doy, no suena. No sé por qué. Bueno, vamos a ver. No, parece que todos los temitas no están.
Sí.
Bueno, vamos a hablar en lo que yo preparo. And my friends, you're listening to Cubaneando, Viviam Maria Lopez with you as we are enjoying this special interview. He's visiting us from Sarasota, and I'm talking about Renesito Avich. Café con Cariño is the album. We invite you to check it out, to obtain it online. And soon you'll probably be, seguramente te vemos por acá, Renesito, en alguna presentación.
Yeah, of course. Sí, claro que sí.
Así que, estamos aquí preparando para lanzar un pedacito aquí, el pum pum, yo creo que así. Ahí está. Vámonos con el changuita sabroso.
Y ahora vengo con Renesito Avich cantando chapuí. Míralo.
Parece que como es un personaje tengo que salir y entrar. O sea, como que es un link que está por un texto. Pero bueno, mira, perfecto. Ahí está.
Despertó a los vecinos de la comarca. Era mi corazón que te llamaba.
Si te tengo a mano un cargador de con cable, solamente cable.
Yo creo que lo que nos quedan son 3 minutitos de edad.
Sí.
Pues claro.
Yo siempre me digo lo mismo, me da miedo que se vaya aquí.
No te preocupes.
Que escuchaste la otra noche. Despertó a los vecinos de la comarca.
Sí, o sea, poner el para que consigan el
Era mi corazón que te llamaba.
Ingeniero de mezcla.
vamos a decirlo ya, pero me quedan 2 minutitos que yo puedo
Sonando de los tambores, también te tocaba el tres.
Sí, personas que
Un ritmo tan pegajoso que puso a todo.
bueno, Dios mío. Aunque cuando yo he tocado esos temas, no
Nada hacer. Oye cómo dice, oye cómo suena, oye cómo dice.
el tiempo se va como uno está disfrutando de la buena música. Gracias, Willy, también por estar como siempre aquí detrás de la producción, dirección, las cámaras.
Gracias, familia, muchas gracias. Muy agradecido, espero que sea la primera de muchas. Y bueno, gracias a la estación, a Viviam Maria y a la familia, de verdad que sí. Gracias.
Oye cómo dice, oye cómo suena. Mi corazón suena pum pum cuando te veo bailar morena. Míralo otra vez. Habla, Arronte.
Hablando Junior Arronte, alto saxophone, Renesitos. We're coming to the last few moments. I know that other very people who were very important in this production.
Yeah, definitely. I have to mention the music. It's all of this music was mixing and mastered by Germán Landaeta.
Yes.
Such a great producer and engineer.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Many of the music. Thank you, the family, for the support. And we'll say more in the next interview. And thank you to all the musicians, all the people for the support.
Sí, seguimos aquí. Bueno, amigos y amigas, I'll be back with more Cubaneando with Viviam Maria next Wednesday. You can enjoy it live at 7 p.m. on 88.9 FM and worldwide WDNA. But you can enjoy the replays, this show included, of course, on Mixcloud.com very soon. So keep it like where you got it. And Renesito, gracias.
Gracias a ti. Muchas gracias. Thank you so much. Thank you, WDNA. Looking forward to be back. Enjoy Café con Cariño. Bueno, aquí se conectaron familias de Puerto Rico, de Ecuador, de muchos lugares. Muchas gracias, familia. Gracias por su apoyo. Thank you so much.
Hermanito, oí la entrevista.
¿Viste qué fantástico?
Entonces, la educación de otras